mentoring coordinator with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Prince Edward Island, and our programs are very similar actually to Bronwyn's Volunteer Companion Program, and our application process and requirements would be very similar to that. So just a little bit of information about us. We are a national organization and international even. You may have heard of Big Brothers Big Sisters in other countries. We are at PEI one member of 90 agencies across Canada servicing 1,100 communities. And annually, we have supported up to 40,000 youth across Canada. In PEI specifically, in the last year, we had 17 in-school mentors and 48 community-based matches all across PEI. And our biggest program that we have currently is our teen mentoring program, where we match a grade 12 leadership class with the elementary schools. And last year we had over 1,500 students participating in for both the elementary and the teen level. And these numbers have been going down a little bit. I'm sure many of the organizations here will note that volunteers are a little bit difficult to get sometimes. And this has gone or been amplified by COVID. Our numbers were much higher, especially for the in-school program. Once we got kind of removed from the school setting, we lost quite a few volunteers, and we're trying to build that back up again. So just kind of more about us and what we do. Our mission at Big Brothers Big Sisters is really to enable these life-changing relationships that ignite the power and potential of young people. So really trying to help kids that are facing some barriers to learning skills, having opportunities that are going to be able to help them long run for their life. We have people coming to us that could be parents or caregivers, guidance counselors, or even sometimes the children self-refer because they are facing some kind of adversity in their life. Oftentimes they come from single parent backgrounds, maybe low income households, and are really just looking for more people in their life that they can have as a support. They're going through maybe some stressful experiences, and we're really trying to build that resiliency for them and avoid having a buildup of toxic stress in their life, because with that, there can be a lot of negative outcomes in both their physical and mental health across the lifespan. And we find that when they are going through difficult situations, just having a support person in their life, a stable, consistent person, is really going to be able to help them overcome those challenges and negate those outcomes that they could be facing. We have in our programs, the child and youth is a kind of the main person we're supporting there. So we have them as that biggest circle, but there's the mentor involved, which is what you would be doing as a volunteer mentor, supporting them in their life. The caregiver is involved depending on the program you're in. They might be responsible for coordinating those outings with you as a volunteer. Ourselves at Big Brothers Big Sisters, the mentoring coordinators are there to screen and support the matches. And we have school contacts as well. So if you're in a school-based program, there is a contact there that's going to be overseeing the program as well. So you always have somebody support you throughout that process. A lot of this work that we're doing is we have two kind of main concepts that we're working with. The developmental relationship framework is our biggest one, and those are kind of the things that you're giving to the kids to have a successful relationship. So those are things like expressing care to them consistently, challenging their growth so they're not getting stuck in this mindset of, this is good enough, or I can't do it, so they don't even try. We really want to push that growth mindset for them. Providing support, and whether that's emotional support or physically doing tasks for them that they haven't quite mastered yet. Sharing power is really important for them. So, you're making decisions together and not just kind of bossing them around, and expanding possibilities for them, especially with that community-based program where you're taking them out into the community and doing new activities with them. And in particular, for our school-based programs, a lot of the things that you'll be doing is really just playing with them, And sometimes people think of that as being strange, right? Like, what kind of benefit is just having somebody go and play board games or go to the park with them? But there are a ton of benefits to development for children in through play. So there's different cognitive abilities, emotional, physical, social interactions, of course, is huge in play. Developing language skills and that creativity piece as well. There's a lot of world building going on when you're using your imagination through play. Um, and the impact is huge. I already mentioned about that, negating the toxic stress in their life, which has a huge impact. But for us, there's major impacts for their mental health and well-being. The social emotional competence, where they're building relationship skills, self-awareness, self-management, being able to better control their impulses, make responsible decisions for themselves and for the others around them as well. Gaining some of that empathy. There's a huge social impact there. The mental well-being, developing that positive identity, and that sense of community and connection is really important as well. The ed and educational engagement and employment readiness too. There's a lot of impact there, especially with those school-based programs where the programming is happening in the child's school. They really build some positive associations to school. So when they have something that they're looking forward to, and for some of these kids, this is kind of the highlight of their week is whenever their mentor comes. So if they have poor attendance, they're making sure they're coming on mentor days. So getting them back into the school physically and having those positive associations makes them want to be there more and enjoying learning more and being involved with extracurriculars and the broader school community. So you can kind of see there's a couple stats there where mentored youth are less likely to skip school, begin using illegal substances, more likely to enroll in post-secondary education, and have a higher earning potential than those who don't have mentors in their life. So the main programs that we have that you could be involved in is our community-based program, where you are taking a child, picking them up at their home and taking them into the community to do activities with them. That is a commitment of 1 hour per week, but we prefer to do 2 to 4 hours every other week for one full calendar year from the time that you start. The in-school mentoring program is very similar. It's a one-to-one match with a child, but instead of taking them into the programming directly in their school, and that is a 1 hour session every week for the duration of a school year. Those are our one-to-one matches. We also have some group programming options as well. Go Girls, Healthy Bodies, Healthy Minds, and Game On are programs designed for about junior high age students and is really encouraging active living, balanced eating, and positive self-esteem. So you're working with them in a group setting, and you would have a co-volunteer with you facilitating that program. And that is a 7 to 10 week program where the sessions are 1.5 to 3 hours each, that you're leading the group. And then for a similar time commitment, we have the Launch Your Life program. That commitment is for a program for high school age students and is really focusing more on, life skills, job acquisition, resume building, that post-secondary readiness, and even finding if that's what they want to do is doing post-secondary, or what kind of jobs they're looking or career building they're thinking about, as well as that mental well-being, really just getting them the tools and mechanisms to set themselves up for success. And that Launch Your Life program is also a group program, but that is typically done in coordination with one of staff members at Big Brothers Big Sisters. So you wouldn't be leading it just on your own. You would have someone else, a staff member, doing that with you. And then for our programs, it can be quite costly. We do a lot of fundraising. That is the bulk of our programming. And that is another opportunity that you can volunteer with. In particular, our Bowl for Kids' Sake program fundraiser, where in the spring you can create a team where you do fundraising for us, and then you have big celebration at the end where you go bowl with your team. You could dress up, there's themes, it's a ton of fun. And so that's more of a one-off commitment versus a long-term commitment like our match programs are. Um, yeah, that is kind of our programming here. You can contact us through our website. That's our application form. You can phone us if you want some more information or send us an email and we can send applications in that way or stop in and visit us as well. So we're pretty open and flexible for whatever your needs are.